Oh, yeah. All right. We are going to play a game today. For anybody that watches this in the future, we're going to play a game. And this is going to be freaking fun. We're going to play a game called Rubber Ball. So let me show you what we got. Share my screen, share sound. Here we go. All right. Rubber ball. So make a percussion or drum element using the sound of the rubber ball somehow to accompany the guitar track. Bonus points for using a flanger somehow. So we got two sounds here. Some really great rubbery sounds. Rubber ball sounds pretty cool. And then we also have this. You can just download them here, hit the three buttons, hit download. If you don't see those three buttons, just right click it and hit save audio as. You're good to go. And yeah, that is what we'll do. And then when you're done, you're going to upload them back in here and the submit MP3 results, give it a star rating, hit submit, and boom, you're good to go. And then we'll jump back in at the end of the hour and see how everybody's doing and find out how we can improve and help each other. So because I am on streaming to YouTube, I'm going to share what I'm going to do here. And I've already created a session for this, so let's pull that up now. By the way, having a template in Ableton or your DAW is so important. I already have a kick drum and a drum set and a loop all ready to go. I've got some swells and bangs and stuff. So when I'm recording and I drop things in, I've already got some stuff ready to go. All right, so I'm going to put the output to Zoom. And we're going to start with this guitar track. So this is at 120. This is a loop from Splice. Again, if you were to use this in your production, I would suggest recreating this. Do not use this shot or this sample, because you might get a whatever you call it, a copyright strike. So I don't suggest that at all. So that's at 120. Let's hear how that sounds. All right, and we have this ball bouncing. Let's find one of the samples we think is I think the second two are better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a let's grab a drum track. I'm going to drag this up here and drop it into one of my drum kits. So I've got this Heritage kit, which is pretty cool sounding. And let's drop it in here as one of the items for this kit. Now these are all filled up. So I think I'll just put it above this in one of these samples, like right here. And probably, I think what we can do is just drag it into here and it'll put it into a sampler. Yeah, it does. And now we can move it to be like this. And I have no idea what key it's in. That's all right. Let's see. There it is. The bottom a little bit. Now that is now in the kit, but we could put this in its own sampler. and drop a sound. Let's see, use a sampler instrument. And then we can just drop this in here. Something like that. And bring this in like that. Let's see how that would sound. That's pretty cool sounding. What if we added something like this? And maybe we need a latch mode on. Remember how to do that. All right, so I'm going to play around with this, and it's a really cool sound. But let's just do boom. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing this slower too. Bum, 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 bum. So yeah, let's do some like this. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, that's cool. Let's see if we can get more sound out of that now. And I'm going to actually grab this and we're going to put it on this piano part because I want to see that is dum. We're in the key of B flat. And we're going to grab, I think I want to put a transient shifter on here and just try to boost the sustain a little bit. And now we're going to grab a little reverb, put that on there. Yeah. Maybe a different reverb. Let's try this reverb instead. The time's a little high. And let's try a different no. No. Well, that's wild. Well, I could be here forever. So let's try to find something quick. I want flanger verb. Come on. Dark chamber. All right. So what key is that now in? That's F sharp minor. This is B flat major. Let's see if we can't pitch. This was at this needs to be at 120. That's at B flat. We need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Okay, so this is such a quiet sample. I just need to make it louder. And sometimes some of the easiest things are the hardest. All right. Okay, so it's at least in the same key. We're going to bring this down here. I'm just going to copy and paste that. I'm just going to bring my loop down here, and we're just going to. I want to try a different beat now with this. Let's try. Okay, it's a little better. All right. So now I'm going to boost the highs. What if I did this really fast? That's cool. And what if I pitch this down? And use the transpose tool. And I want like a soul voice, like a vocal kind of singing something under this. I just ate some cheese and my breath stinks. All right. I'm gonna go into splice for a second here.
If you are constantly avoiding pain, then
Oh, I can't see.
Mm-mm. Just trying to find a vocal line here.
I can't get
I don't know if it's me that you need. You miss me here now, I won't pick up your call. Brand new. She like to I've lost my I don't feel beautiful mind. You get all your time. With all my don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain.
Ooh, yeah.
And when you fall asleep, no. Don't be sad.
This is E minor. Let's move that up one.
Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day.
don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day.
All right, so
Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day.
oh, we got a buddy of mine is trying to get in. Let's see here. So if I go stop share and then participants, copy invite link. All right. It's a little too much there. Let's try something bode colors.
And when you fall asleep, Don't be, and when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. Don't be sad, don't you cry, just don't be.
Add this one right here.
Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. Don't
Well, maybe that's kind of cool. I don't know. Got a little reverb.
Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day.
There it is.
Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow's a new day. Don't be sad.
Good enough. Let's master that out. Let's do rubber ball version 1. All right. So if you're following me, comment, because I honestly need some encouragement right now. I'm really trying to really help people that are interested in producing music. And it sometimes feels like pulling teeth, and I'm a little discouraged this week, to be totally honest. Part of it's my fault. I had some technology issues and didn't test things as much as I thought I did. But if you're somebody that is serious about getting better at production and want to have fun at it and want to get really good and wants to have really a lot of fun at it, and please join. Please consider joining me. All right, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, don't be a sad ball. Issues I ran into things I learned. EQ was difficult on the rubber ball. Toys, percussion, avant-garde. I like this one. It's not uploading. Why isn't it uploading? I don't know what's going on. I feel like Airtable has having issues right now. What is going on? Well, that sucks. Well, anyway, I can't even upload it. I don't know what's going on. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully by Sunday we'll have this fixed. Sorry, guys. Actually, I should stay on for just a minute. I don't know why this isn't working. Robert. Hey, buddy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey. There's some major issues going on, so you're not the only one.
I know. I tried to upload for the little short time I had, but it's just spinning and spinning and spinning.
And spinning. I can't get mine to upload either. Something's happened. So I don't know what to say. I've just reached out to the company to try to ask them what's going on because it's not going through. Hey, Steve. Hey, man.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. There's just been a lot of bugs. Did you have problems seeing the game?
I did. So I was spending the first 10 minutes like refreshing and stuff. So I decided to do the Sundays one.
Oh,
And then I refreshed and I found the one that the bouncy ball one. So I merged them.
oh, very cool.
So I'm just trying to bounce it now. But I was like, yeah, let's make it work.
Well, the little upload feature isn't working. We can't seem to upload it.
Weird.
But if you have a way of just sharing it, you
Yeah,
can.
did he upload his?
Oh,
No, I haven't. I need to bounce mine first.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Gotcha.
yeah, I don't
So,
see any new
few
ones in my database that are going through. So, Sorry about all the confusion. We'll get it figured out though.
Yep. Try mine again.
Pain in the butt.
Well, it says it's taking the MP3 like it's ready to upload, but it's just not taking it.
Yeah,
Sent-
that's exactly how mine looks. I've contacted the company and said, "What's up?" So I'm waiting to hear from them. It might be an issue with Airtable, or Softer. I use different systems that link together to make this work, and I think something's not working right. But anyway, Robert, do you want to play your song just through here? I'll just make you a co-host, make you both a co-host. You could just play it.
I don't know how to do that, but okay.
Okay. So go down to the button that says, the green button that says share screen,
Yes.
and then click the advanced tab. And then choose computer audio.
Okay. Computer audio. Okay.
And you might want to select a little checkbox in the bottom left corner that says share sound, and you can select stereo.
Yep. Let me get mine ready to play.
Okay.
Come on, come on. I am on a slow computer, so. Okay. Y'all heard that?
Yeah, yeah.
You do? Okay, cool. All right, here we go.
Was that all?
That was it. That was as much as I can get. Remember, I didn't have the ball show up until I emailed you.
I know, but I was just getting into it.
Yeah. That's like when I got
I like it.
everything
That's
going, I had like a half an hour and that was it. So that was all I could get done.
I loved it. It was really cool. It kind of reminded me, the sounds you use sort of reminded me of like a Ferris, like a merry-go-round, like at a state
Mhm.
fair or something.
Yep.
I
I
love
actually,
what's that?
I actually was kind of thinking of that, but I also had in mind of like, I don't know if you guys remember the Waltons.
No.
No, the old show called The Waltons about the country life and stuff like that. And
Hmm,
like a fair type thing. That's what kind of like I had in mind.
nice.
It sounds
Yeah.
great, and those strings you picked were beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Went well with the little bouncy ball.
Right.
Mhm.
That I use that as like my kick. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Cool,
I didn't
man.
get a chance to EQ it or anything. I said, I don't have time. Let me just do this.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about it. That was great, especially
Thank
for
you.
having half an hour.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Steve, let's check yours out.
Yeah. So again, this is uh, okay. Does I share my screen or just
You did, but you can
no, I don't want to share my screen. I just want to share the other.
there's a little tab that says
just at the bottom.
so once you click the screen share, it's at the top. There's a little tab that says basic, advanced, and files.
Oh, I think I just didn't click on Okay, I switched it to stereo, but I didn't click on the actual computer
Oh,
sound.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is a combination. Oh, where did it just go? Okay, combination. So it started off with the chanting one because again, I didn't have the ball one show up for a bit.
Yeah.
And maybe like 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago, I like refreshed and just like saw it. It's like, oh, let me just bring it in because it's sort of. I just wanted to hear what it was, and it kind of fit in randomly. So it's like a B section that I was in the middle of working on that I wanted something new. And so that's where the other stuff comes in. And then I just kind of mush it together at the end. But here we go.
Cool.
Give it a sec. Come on, baby. Get it. Come on. That.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that was good.
Thanks.
Where was the bouncy ball in that?
I mushed it up quite a bit.
Oh.
So it was the first couple of beats were like going. Let me see if I can just play it.
Oh, gotcha.
So I like I have like a filter thing and an echo thing on it, so it's just like.
Yeah. It's kind of it kind of sounded more like a slap, but it was kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I wanted to do much more with it, but it's like
That was
finish
great.
it.
That
I
was
was already
great.
like 10 minutes over. Thank you.
That was great.
Yeah,
That
definitely had a
groove.
lot of fun with that one.
Yeah, that groove was great. It just grooved hard too.
And it's something how you put the two together. You get
Yeah, it's like
Challenge.
I listened to the guitar, is like this fits like immediately. Like I didn't really have to do much. I think I pitch shifted it a little bit, and then where are you? Yeah, I shifted it down and like made it slightly faster, and it just like worked. And then the vocals on top of it was like, this is really cool. I'm just gonna keep it.
Amazing. That was
Yeah.
cool.
That was fantastic.
What'd you learn in that?
I need to have like bass sounds like ready at hand, because I spent a lot of time just like, that's not right, that's not right. I have like an acoustic setup that I like an upright bass with a sub underneath it that just sounds nice, and that's what it started with. But then that like crunchy one, it took me quite a while to find the right thing there. And then yeah, it was mostly I like how I developed it, and I wanted the B section to be more, but it took a while to like figure out exactly what it wanted to be. Like I had the vocal thing and the string thing, and like I came up with the bass line before I added the strings in, and then I had to mush it a little bit because of what the strings were doing. I like shifted the strings around, but there was a lot of like trying to make things work and then just like, yeah, it's good enough, move on.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could probably get to that point sooner of just like, it's good enough for this, arrangement, I can tweak it. But then, it gets to the point of like, am I locking myself into something that I'm not going to like at the end? And then it's going to be a lot of work to like redo it.
Right.
So that's sort of like the balancing game that I'm playing here.
Yep.
Cool.
Robert, do you want to add anything?
No, I like it. I'm kind of impressed with all the stuff that he comes up with, and just being able to put the two together and get it to match. That's just like, wow. I mean, and it sounds so full and almost finished. So
Yeah, I know. Print it.
sounds good.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, I'm glad I saw that you signed up. So thank you
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, this is
I got one
keeping
email.
me on my game.
Say
Without this, I wouldn't be writing as much music. So it's useful
Exactly.
to stay in it.
Good.
Keep my chops up, and it forces me. Well, I'm making myself branch out in different ways, like doing different kinds of music. At least in my bubble, I'm like slowly expanding my bubble with all the different things.
Ah,
I haven't done too out beyond my comfort zone, I think, but I'm getting there. I think it's because I lead with groove first.
Yeah.
And so like the groove comes naturally to me, and that's stuff that I'm familiar with. So like within that groove, then I'm sort of pushing it out, but I haven't done anything like, Robert, a lot of your stuff is has some like jazz elements in it, but then you like this one was totally different from your other stuff. So
yeah.
that's impressive.
I
really
try to not lock myself into certain genres. I like to do
Sure.
all kind of stuff. I really do.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely. It's so neat to see everybody bring, different skill levels to the table.
Mhm.
You always amaze me, guys. So, do you have anybody else in your circles that you think could benefit from this? From the
Me?
honor? Yeah.
Yeah, I can. I have a few folks that I think. There's some people who are like songwriters, not producers. So that this kind of thing is above their head.
Yeah.
But I do know a handful of producers I can reach out to that I think would benefit from this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that tricky game of like, a lot of musician people like writing music and stuff, but they don't do it in a DAW or know how to produce it. They send it to other people. So that's my world is more in the musician folk.
Mhm.
And I have some producer friends. I just need to reach out to them, see if they're.
Yeah, this is definitely not for everybody. I had several people reach out to me this week for some collaborations and stuff, and I was
Mhm.
thinking of inviting them onto this. And I'm like, that they would just not. This wouldn't be for them,
Right.
Mm.
But there's a bunch of people like us that love to dabble in the music making from all different skill levels. For some people, it's just a quick little hobby they just do, and they just really
Yeah.
enjoy it. And for
Yeah.
other people, they're really trying to sharpen their skills. And so, yeah, I think it'll attract certain people.
Yeah, actually, 2 people just popped into my head.
Oh,
2 new
good.
people. So I'm gonna reach out to them.
That would be awesome if you to do that. I'll show you my example. One of the things I did is I pitch shifted my rubber ball to sort of be an instrument a little bit. And then I felt like I needed a voice. So I actually ran to Splice and found a voice that actually worked pretty well. So I'll show you. I have no idea what genre this would be, but give me a thumbs down if you're not hearing it.
Don't be sad, don't you cry, just let go of your pain. And when you fall asleep, not tomorrow.
I'm not surprised.
In what way?
Your songs always. I'm like, no wonder he's leading this thing.
No, that one just kind of came together easier than some of them I really struggle with, but this one just sort of fell into place. So
Mm.
it's fun. Yeah, and that vocal, I just had to shift the key a little bit and it just landed in it. I'm like, this is cool now. Something about having
Awesome.
vocal that really helps sometimes. It helps me.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like just having some, I don't know, extra thing kind of helps glue it together. Be like, all right, it gives it a flow, you know.
Yeah. It feels grounds it somehow, the human
Mhm.
voice kind of grounds it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
interesting.
That's great. You say you just found that on Splice?
Yeah, I just jumped on Splice. I looked for soul R&B vocals, male vocal, and I searched about 10 of them real quick, and then that one popped up, and I didn't even add any effects to that voice. It was just so good.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, damn, somebody made great, I read a whole thing on Splice this week. This guy was talking about it and how a lot of producers are getting in trouble because you can get packs of sounds that already go together and you can just like put them in your DAW and play them together and it's already a song. And so producers are doing that. And there's this female DJ producer that's kind of big that just got busted for basically just taking a sample pack and rendering. I mean, it is so blatant, just a couple small adjustments. And then she apologized for it, but all these people are just crucifying her for it.
Mhm.
Then,
Wow.
it gets into this discussion of how, like, I would never put this out because of that right there. But
Yeah.
that could influence, like if I wanted to take this and show it as an artist and say, do you like this vibe? And if you do,
Mhm.
let's replace the words, change the melody a little bit,
Okay.
and now you've got a new song because all the elements are mine. Some of the percussion is like there's one little splice loop in it, but percussive loops, you can get away with that. And that's not,
Yeah.
it's just like a percussive thing. But all the kick drum patterns and the bouncy ball and the bass line and the guitar, I'd have to replace the guitar on that. So I
Mm.
would never put this out, but it makes for a great exercise because you're taking pieces that are already kind of done and seeing how you can put them together a little bit.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that's kind of like why I don't use Splice that much, because I'm scared that
Yeah.
if I did put something out and I forgot about it and I didn't change it, and now I'm now they got me,
Right.
and I don't want to do anything like that. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just play everything.
Yeah, it's definitely a healthy fear. For me, I just use it kind of as an inspiration, and then I delete it if I'm really going to work on it. So
Yeah.
But I mean, people actually would take a pack and put it out as their own. If they do something like that, wouldn't that mean that if anybody else used the sound, that it would get
Yeah.
triggered or whatever they called it?
Well, yeah, that happens all the time where somebody will say, I love the saxophone part, and they throw it in there. And then somebody else uses that same saxophone part.
Mhm.
Because I was on a project for a while where I was making lo-fi hip hop music, and we came up with about 300 or about 200 songs. And I had producers working for me that would make the song and then I'd mix it and render it and we'd just pay them outright. Well, they
Mhm.
were using some splice samples and I didn't realize it because we'd upload it onto YouTube and we get these copyright strikes. Not that the whole song was an infringement. It was just that sounds were being able to were identifiable with other songs.
Wow.
Now, Splice says you can do that. I mean, in their license, it says you can use this in your production. You're just not allowed to sell that song by itself. But the
Yeah,
Uh,
but if Universal has a song that uses that sample, they're going to copyright that entire song, which includes that sound, which then can get hit by
Yeah,
people who are
yeah,
using that sound.
you run into all kinds of issues. Now, fortunately,
wow.
we weren't trying to be big. We're just doing background music for people to work and stuff like that. but a couple of our songs got triggered. But we were actually able to go back into YouTube, put the licensing agreement in there, explain it. This was a sample that was used that we have the rights to. We pay for a license, and they got rid of the copyright strike, so it wasn't a big deal.
Huh.
But if it could haunt you down the road,
Mhm.
so yes, be careful there.
Wow.
My
Yeah.
method is just to mangle it beyond recognition.
Yeah.
Which is probably a good thing.
Yeah. And I really like using samples, and I often will sample like myself, like in different contexts. And that's a way to like use sampling as an interesting, compositional tool, but without worrying about getting copyright strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely. It's a great way to do it. If you guys ever sample something that you think would make a good game, just send it over to me. We did that one time with Greg. He had recorded some frogs down by the creek. He lives out on this ranch.
Oh yeah.
Recorded the sound of all these frogs croaking and stuff, and it was a cool sound. And so we added it to something. I don't remember what it was for, but it was in there.
I'll get my daughter babbling at some point.
There you go.
She like makes up her own songs, and I'm trying to like capture it, but she gets weird if it's
She's being recorded.
Right.
yeah. I like started recording her and just like stop. It's like okay.
What is she?
3.
Okay.
So she can like talk normally, but she'll make up her own words that sometimes they rhyme, sometimes they don't, but like it has a really interesting flow to it. And it's like, I want to sample this. This is cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You mean she's not stuck on the shark a doo doo or whatever it is?
No, luckily she's somehow so far avoided that. Although for a while, up until like maybe a month ago, she was singing Jingle Bells every single day.
Okay.
I try to do more interesting music for my sake. But yeah, I don't know. Jingle Bells was, we had like the Frank Sinatra version, so like that's at least
Yeah.
better
Right.
repeat listen than Baby Shark. So I'm like very particular about like the songs that I'm encouraging to be like her favorites.
Like having a parrot in the house.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I will let you go. Thanks for hanging with me, and sorry about all the technical issues. We'll get it fixed. And thanks for your patience. So it's good to have you.
Good, man.
Thanks for being here.
All right. Bye.
Right.
you.
Later.
Oh, see you Sunday.